Hi folks, it's Steve Margerson here again, author of the book on Forex trading. What I'd like to introduce you to today is my SM Squeeze radar screen. Now this is quite revolutionary software for MetaTrader 4, and I don't think anything's been done like this on MetaTrader 4. So what is the SM Squeeze radar screen all about? Well, can you imagine if you're using my SM Squeeze indicator and you're trying to watch 5, 6, 8, 10 different currency pairs for squeezes. It's very difficult to do with one or two screens. So what this does, this is a radar screen, and you can have up to 17 different currency pairs on this screen, and you can see whether there is a squeeze in place, which is red, or a squeeze fired off. So the SM Squeeze indicator for radar screen, it saves time screening for trades in the squeeze on 17 currency pairs, including gold. And from time frames from 1 minute up to the daily, you can see it all at a glance. And you even have alerts, and here's an alert here, telling you which time frame is fired off and at what time, or which one's gone into squeeze and what time. It's a massive time saver. You can go straight to the currency pair concerned and see what's going on. Now, when you first install the radar screen, install it into your indicators folder. So if you look here, program files, my MetaTrader 4, it's Think Forex mine. If I double click on experts, and then you get the indicator folder. Put the SM radar screen into the indicators folder. When you first drag this radar screen onto the screen, this is the default. So you've got 5 currency pairs as default, but you can choose from 17, and I'll show you that in a second. And it'll say who it's registered to. Obviously this one's registered to me. When you buy, it'll be registered to you. Now I'll just take this one off and show you the one that I use on my day-to-day. This is mine. I've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 currency pairs on there, including gold. And I can see at a glance any squeezes in progress. Look there, one's just come on there on gold. It's gone into a squeeze on the 1 minute. And you can see it's given me an audible alert. I've turned this down a bit, otherwise we're just going to keep getting alerts here. And it's saying the squeeze at 16.10 for gold on the 1 minute chart. Which, you know, I can now go to the 1 minute chart, have a look and see what's going on there. It's all about logistics, this. So it fired off 2 minutes ago. So if we're on the gold, the first one is when it's fired off, and then the 2, so it fired off 2 minutes ago. Because the first one is the trigger, don't forget. So there you go. And so it's telling me which currency pairs are in a squeeze and which currency pairs are fired off. This is a great time saver. That's what it does. Euro dollar, you've got a squeeze on the euro dollar on the 15-minute chart that's been going for 9 minutes. So I mean 9 bars. You can see that there, the squeeze. And it looks like it's going to fire off to the downside. You can't always be sure, but it looks like this might fire to the downside, this squeeze. But you've got to wait till the squeeze fires off before you do anything. And even if this fired down, if this did fire off to the downside, I wouldn't take it because the hourly is blue, unless the 4 hourly was to change. But more on that in other videos that you can find on my YouTube channel. So very simple indicator, very easy to use, and you can see everything at a glance. Now if we look into this indy, it says show bars back. What this means is, do you want it to show these bars? In other words, tell you that the Aussie dollar fired off 6 bars ago. Well, of course, I think you want that to be on there. Do you want the squeeze alert? In other words, when it goes into a squeeze, red, do you want it to alert you? that defaults at true. And the expansion alert, in other words, when it fires off and goes green. See, we've got one here. The euro yen has fired off on the 5 minute. The Aussie dollar has fired off on the 5 minute. See what I mean? Fantastic. You can go straight to these currency pairs and see what the hell's going on. And there's the Aussie dollar just fired off. The first green is the trigger, and it's fired off to the upside. You can see it's fired to the long side. Now again, for those that are using this indicator, I wouldn't take this long because the 1 hour is showing red. In other words, the 1 hour trend is against me on the Aussie dollar, so I wouldn't take that 5 minute squeeze. This is one of my things to watch for when you're taking a squeeze. You just don't blindly take a squeeze. Back to this, you can change the squeeze colours, and then you've got the currency pairs. I showed you the default ones, there's 5. So the Euro USD off, false, in other words it's on. And there's the different time frames. You can change, if you're not using certain time frames, just turn them off to false. Pound dollar off, false, so that's on. And I've got the other time frames on as well. Let's say you didn't use the daily or the 4 hour, just put them into false and save screen space. Okay? I'll cancel that. So that's the SM Squeeze radar screen. I've got it on special offer at the moment on my website. When I go and promote this properly, it'll be double what it is now. I've got it on my website for £49, Great Britain pounds. And for something as sophisticated as this, and saves you so much time, this, I believe is true value. And it is something quite unique for MetaTrader 4. Hi folks, I've had an inspiration of taking off the grid. You can tell that I'm a trader and making moves is not my forte, as you can see from my other videos, but I'm doing my best. I'm teaching. You can see a lot more clearly now. I've taken the grid off. Obviously you would do that, you would take the grid off while you're using it, so it's easier to see. Okay folks, it's £49 off my website, www.sm-forex.com. Steve Margison, thank you for watching.